can't put my finger on what lies in store, but I feel what's to happen or happened before.
Mr. Travis.
Like clouds on sticks.
Excuse me?
Cherry blossom. I was trying to think of what it looks like.
I should be here by now. Use the phone.
I cancelled it.
What? Pamela?
Mrs. Travers.
Mrs. Travis? Why did you cancel Tara?
I shan't begin.
Been through this.
I've changed my mind.
You made an agreement. You understand? A verbal agreement.
Why the world are you speaking to me as if I were a neophyte? What? What is he going to do? Sue? He's very welcome to everything I don't possess.
Look, I represented you for a long time. I like to think of you as a friend. Yes, I think, believe me, I know it's not reciprocated. I would never suggest anything that would cause you anguish, but there's no more money, Pamela. Mrs. Travers, simply no. Sales have run down. No more royalties. You refuse to write further books, so... Do you understand? I'm frightened you don't understand what that means.
I know what he's going to do to her. She'll be cavorting and twinkling and careening towards a happy ending like a kamikaze.
You've been trying to do this deal for 20 years. He's agreed to both your stipulations. No animation, script approval.
To pay my bills. If I believed in a hell, I'd be sitting in its waiting room.
Script approval. He's never granted anything like that before. I don't know what else to do.
This movie is based on a true story about an author named Helen Goff, who wrote under the name Pamela Travers. Her best-known book is Mary Poppins, a book that touched the lives of so many people that Walt Disney himself decided the book must be turned into a movie. But the eccentric author refused to allow him to buy the rights for 20 years, fearing that he would compromise the integrity of her beloved characters. It was only upon the thread Thorn broke that she finally considered selling the movie rights, but only if she retained full script approval. After prodding from several people, Pamela finally, reluctantly, agreed to fly to Hollywood to meet Walt Disney.
Well, here you are, at last. Oh, my dear gal, you can't imagine how excited I am to finally meet you.
But it's not.
Oh, Walt, good. Walt, Mr. Disney was an old man, isn't that right? Yes. Come here. Come here. Say hello to the one and only Pamela Travers.
It's so nice to meet you.
You know, I can't believe P.M. Travers right here in my office. All these years, almost 20 of them?
Yes.
Pretty long years. I wish you could have seen me then, Pam. Lean as a whippet I was, on a racehorse. Well, anyway, now here you are, look at you. I'd like to just eat you up.
That would be appropriate.
You know, when Diane here was about 7 years old, can I get you something to drink, coffee?
Tea would be nice as well.
Anyway, I was about 7 years old, and I was walking past her room, and she was on her bed reading to her sister Sharon. And those girls, they were just giggling their little soft. Tell me, hot tea for Pamela and me.
Right away.
Anyways, I asked them, I said, girls, what's so funny? And Diane said to me, my dad, Mary Poppins. absolutely on fire. And those embers have burned ever since, as you know.
I do, yes.
20 years.
So you keep saying.
A man cannot break the promises made to his kids, no matter how long it takes for him to make it come true. You kept me dangling all this time. But now, I got you.
Gotcha, indeed. Mr. Disney, if you have dangled, it is at the end of a rope you have fashioned for yourself. I was perfectly clear when you approached me 20 years ago that she wasn't for sale. And I was clear again when you approached me the following year. And clear again when you approached me every annum for the subsequent 18 years. And quite honestly, I feel corrupt.
Oh, no, Pam, the last thing I want to do is make you feel it.
Would you mind? My name is Mrs. Travis. I do.
See, I promise that, that's a fact. You got kids?
No, well, not precisely.
I have never, and I absolutely never, gone back on a promise I made to either one of my daughters. Now, that's what being a daddy is all about. Right?
Is it?
With every great story, there's always a story behind the story. As you watch these selected clips from the movie, I want you to pay careful attention to how Pamela's past relentlessly impacts her present, specifically when it comes to her relationship with her dad. In fact, the last lines in this previous clip actually foreshadows what is to come. Walt Disney says, "I've never gone back on a promise I've made to my kids." That's what being daddy is all about. And you can feel the emotion when Pamela responds, "Is it?" And in fact, you can start to feel the tension of how her past paints her present and future. Honestly, to me, it's always interesting when you hear about someone else's story, where they come from, what they overcame, and what they've endured. The reality is, there's no doubt that our past impacts who we are, but it should never limit who we can become. That's the problem for Pamela Travers. She continues to allow her past to define her future.